Well, guys, I'm going to declare this National Support Lock Sport Week because Lockpicking Lebowski bought all this blue stuff for me from a company called 3D Lock Sport, and it's a series of different kinds of holders to support. Here's the holder right here. I'll show you how we use it in just a minute, but either to hold it in your hand while you pick it to make it a lot more comfortable to pick a lock, or to clamp it up in your vise, which is what I'll probably do. I also bought this from another lock sporter off of eBay. This is a GMS MX core. He says incredibly hard to pick, and a little note he sent to me along with it. So what I thought I'd do is try to pick this, but use these guys. Now, as part of this, you get 8 different inserts for 8 different types of lock profiles. So I believe this is the one we'd be looking for. Let me just double check here. Yeah, so that'll work. So we're going to set him aside, but you also have regular mortises, you have the subcaliber mortise, you have little ovals, you have the regular oval, you have the mini oval, Euro lock, and then the little bitty ones that usually come out of master locks and out of American padlocks will fit into this guy, as well as a lot of the Chinese ones. And then this little guy is a cover, so let's go ahead and insert it. Now on these guys, there's also a little flat face to index it inside of the holder. So we got a little flat side there, line them up, slide it right in there. And then let me take that key off there. I'll show you the key on this guy. So not too crazy bitting. I hope we'll be able to pick him open. Anyway, it kind of sticks out there, and there's a little threaded adjuster. So when you turn the adjuster on the back, you can adjust the face of that lock to fit up there pretty much wherever you want. But let's put the cover on the top of it here. And that kind of makes it look more like you'd see in a door. And I'm going to retract that just a little bit, and then push that faceplate all the way down, and then just rotate this forward until I feel a little bit of resistance, and that way there's not going to be any play in that guy. He can't rotate because it's indexed on the side, and he's not going to be coming in and out because this compression fit faceplate kind of holds him in place. So let's go ahead and clamp this guy up and see if we can't get this little MX picked. Well, I probably should have showed you the keyway before I clamped it up. This is what it looks like, kind of a crazy looking keyway, but here's the weird thing. I mean, it's going to be difficult to use top of the keyway. Let me grab one here. And when we slide him in there, you notice the weird curve on the top there. So when we try to put a top of the keyway in there, what will happen is that curve, see if he'll fit. Did I choose the right one here? Yeah. So when we try to turn it, that curve will actually roll him right out of there, right in your way. That is not where, so you almost are forced to pick him counterclockwise. But here's the other weird thing. They went to a lot of trouble to get that paracentric keyway, but let me see if I can find a pick here. Here's one that's in 25,000. This is a medium hook. He will fit in there. The 25,000th actually seems to reach up through there. As long as you don't try to pick from the bottom, which I guess would be impossible. As long as you're picking from that side, you have the ability to reach almost all the way to the top of the keyway despite that weird curve. So let's try it, see what happens. Let's clamp him up. Tighten everything down, and I am not going to use top of the keyway, as you can imagine. I'm going to try to use bottom of the keyway because I can't work down there anyway. So let's try that. And because it will accept a 25,000th, and I know there's probably going to be some high cut ones in here, let's take this guy. All right, I'm just going to reach over and just touch him just like that. And that kind of lets me rest my hand. That's kind of cool. All right, so all the way in, light tension. And let's see what we got here. No feedback yet. I may have to, there we go. I'm going to apply a little more tension. Nothing was binding, which is kind of weird. Now almost everything's binding. I got 3 of them back there. So the tension, I'm going to recock this. The tension I need is probably somewhere in between that heavy and medium. Try light. I feel like I'm right on that pin. There we go. So he was cut up on an edge somehow. think I just overset somebody. I'm literally forcing stuff now. Even this 25,000, so I'm putting some pressure on. All right, I'll tell you what. Let's try to let our rake do some of our work for us. I'm gonna try it with this guy. It's a 4-humper. I want to hit as many of those pins as I can. I'm using a 15,000, and I'm just gonna, because I know there's probably security pins in this guy, I'm gonna rock him up and down like this as I slowly pull him back and forth. And what I'm trying for is just a false set. Got nothing. Okay, I'm gonna try a little more vigorous. And there we okay, that was not worth $35. Yeah, I didn't expect that. Let's do this again. This thing is advertised as having a bunch of mushroom pins, and I'd hope to show you what the reaction on those were. Let's try this again. I'm going to apply just a little bit of tension like I did before. Do the same thing. Let's try for a false set. And what I'd hope to show you is how very similar feedback on mushrooms are to just a regular spool. Most people, there, I've got a false set now. Most people can't tell the difference. All right, I'm going to stop. I do have a false set. Now let's try to go in there the way I had envisioned this video. Now what I'm doing is I'm applying heavy tension, and I'm just putting pretty heavy pressure on the pin, and I'm hoping to get some counter rotation. And there we go. It is on pin 6. There's a counter rotation. You see, it's exactly like a spool. Even though these are advertised as mushrooms, and when we take this apart, hopefully that's what comes out. All right, I am on him, and I've completely let off the tensioner, so I'm kind of hung up on a ledge, it appears. So I probably raked something out of order. So I'm going to slowly but surely release tension and let the lock unwind until I hear that pick. There we go. I heard a little click. Now I've got my tension back, and I've lost the false set. And that's okay. I'm afraid to put the rake in there again. The darn thing will probably screw up the video yet one more time. Well, okay, well, I think it's got one spool or one mushroom, and it's probably pin number 6. And I don't know, guys. Maybe we rake the rest of them. Let's quit messing around. Anyway, back to this guy, this 3D. It seems to work pretty well. I like being able to rest my hand on the top of it. I don't have to curve it around my wrist at a weird angle. So I'll put if you're interested, I'll put the direct link to 3D Locksport down in the description. All right, let's take a look at this lock. I got to tell you, I'm a little disappointed. I had hoped that the counter rotation would have been a little more dramatic on more than just one pin, but you get what you get. All right, let's lock him back up. And I'm going to take this tail piece off. Hopefully this will fit. Come on. Come on. It's not quite the right, it's a little bit unusual, this tail piece. You notice how it's spinning on me there? So what I'm going to do is the old manual way. I'm just going to press down that little detent and then just unscrew the tail piece. The only way this video could get worse is if my wife were to burst in here and start screaming that I need to mow the yard. And I'm not ruling that out. Okay, I'm rotating this 90 degrees. Let me grab a medium follower. All right, so your pins are going to come out. They're going to line up right here. And then the other ones, of course, are in the Bible. Let's slide this in there, see what we got. All right, we do have 6, thank goodness. The key pins probably are all standards, I'm guessing. But usually on these commercial locks, the key pins are standards, and then the drivers are the ones where they put the security pins. All right, nothing unusual. Doesn't appear that anybody's monkeyed with this, completely stock. Let's put him in the right spot there. I'll put him over here, grab this guy, get some tweezers, and let's go get that. I'm going to unzoom this, and let's go in there and get that mushroom pin out of the back. Okay, there's one standard. There's a mushroom in position number 2. And if this thing had worked correctly, we would have had to fight him too. There's another standard, so it looks like they might alternate here on us. Yep, look at there. Number 4, also a mushroom. It's kind of a letdown. Another standard. And the last one, another mushroom. This was supposed to be the epic mushroom battle. Didn't quite work out that way, but that's what we ended up with. Anyway, guys, there you go. A GMS MX. And there's everything that was inside. Nothing too spectacular. I really expected a bigger fight. Now, I guess the exciting part of this video is this new toy from another lock sporter. So if you guys want to support him, check out the link down there. Appreciate your time, guys. Stay safe, stay legal, stay healthy. Thanks, guys.